What's a truth about yourself you're still learning to accept? That I enjoy a more boring life. Yeah, I like to do fun things, but not as often as others. In the past it has made me feel like I'm not really living life. But when I stopped comparing my life to others, I realized that I'm okay with how my life is going. Yeah, I want to make some changes and do some more fun things. But you'll never be the type of person to always have some event or activity to do, and that's okay. My procrastination habits are less charming quirks and more serious adult problems that am incredibly difficult to like or even enjoy. And it's my own fault because I refuse to change who I am as a person. I'm a recovering drug addict and still active alcoholic. I can admit this on here to strangers. It's a lot harder to admit to myself and the people in my life. I can't drink alcohol like a normal person. My emotions don't make me weak, they make me human. For so long, I thought being vulnerable was a flaw. But I'm starting to see how much strength there is in letting yourself really feel and express what's inside. I still emotionally or mentally freeze. It happens less and less as I've gotten older and more wiser to this. But it's still very frustrating to me when it does happen. If you are not sure what I'm talking about, it's not having a reaction when someone says something to me that I don't have a response for. Often, it's a blindsided moment where I wouldn't expect someone to say something that catches me off guard. I will be single and alone all my life. That I'm not straight. Literally my biggest insecurity. I'm never growing out of my hoe phase. I'm a very slow learner. When people explain things, it takes time for me to understand and internalize them. I'm autistic and I will never be a social person. I want to be, but I'm not wired for it. My executive functioning is terrible in spite of having what they tell me is a very high IQ. I struggle with things like forms, scheduling appointments, sorting and beginning projects. Starting things is so confusing that I get embarrassed. I made it into Mensa, but going through my mail is beyond frustrating. I was scolded by all my teachers, "You're lazy and not working up to your ability." I skipped grades anyway and took college physics at age 13. But packing a suitcase is a struggle. I'm old now, but it's hurt my heart my whole life. I feel so inadequate. That after all the work I did for myself, nothing has changed. I'm a messy person with the hopes and dreams of a neat freak. I'm not a very good person in a lot of ways. I've done a lot of really immoral, unkind, selfish things in my life. I know this is the truth and I accept it, but forgiving and moving forward in peace is another matter. I'm a mouth breather. I've lived my entire life like a rebellious teenager. I'm 56 and it just cost me the love of an amazing woman. It's okay to feel anger, and conflict is not something that I need to run away from. Feels super freeing, honestly. I'm probably never going to fit in and I will always be different.